let's get straight to the point. Problem, reaction, solution. This is another one of their tactics that they've been using for decades, maybe centuries. Um, where when I say they, I'm talking about people in high positions of power, with influence, power, you know, money, wealth, connections, and they come together with other people on the same type of level they're on, and you know, they cause chaos. But yeah, they've been doing this for a long time. They create the problem, sit back, see the reaction of the masses of the people, which they expect, you know what I mean, which they calculate and which they predict will happen. And once they see the reaction, then they make a few adjustments, they make a few changes, a few tweaks here and there. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you is, be aware of what's going on. I don't want to say too much because YouTube will destroy my channel, but be aware of what's going on. As they say nowadays, be woke, stay woke. Be aware, and don't fall for the pump fakes. Don't fall for the illusions. Don't just look at everything for face value, and go deeper. Ask questions. Like I said, question everything in my, couple videos back. So yeah, problem, reaction, solution. They create both sides. They control both sides, and everything is by design. There's some things that have happened throughout history that have been natural, organic, it wasn't manipulated or influenced. But there's a lot of things that happen in the society throughout history that has been manipulated, and influenced, and created. So just be aware of all that, all these different tactics that they use. Division, divide and conquer, propaganda. You know what I mean? A lot of things to tap into your subconscious mind, and they can't control you fully, but they know psychology is everything. Understanding the human mind and how we act and react, how we think, how we feel. And again, they'll never be able to control us 100%. They'll never know exactly what's in our head, but they're doing a good job of distracting a lot of people. They're doing a good job at manipulating and lying and deceiving a lot of people, and putting thoughts and putting emotions into people that wasn't there or did not go there organically. It was programmed there in your subconscious mind. It was those feelings you have. It was you were programmed to feel like that and act like that and think like that and live like that. And for some of you sheeps out there to say some of the dumb shit that you say, I don't really get upset anymore, and I don't get surprised or shocked, because most of you were born, not born this way, but I'm saying since birth, since a little kid, a lot of you been brainwashed, conditioned, and programmed to believe whatever they want you to believe. And like I mentioned in previous videos, I was a lost soul as well. I was a sheep, I was a robot, a zombie, you know what I mean, and whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean, just didn't know what the fuck was going on. Just thinking that this world is all about, peace and love and happiness. Don't be delusional, don't be so naive to think that and believe that. It's good to have that in your head and amongst your circle and amongst your people and whatever, but looking at the world as a whole, and the people that have most of the wealth and power and control and influence, this world is upside down. This world is chaotic. A lot of bullshit going on. But like I said, don't want to name names or say too much, because YouTube will come after my channel. I'm just trying to get people to think, be more aware. Let's come together, share ideas. You know what I mean? And I can learn from you, you can learn from me. You know what I mean? My word is not law, my word is irrelevant. My opinion is irrelevant when you really think about it. But there's still people that respect what I say. And there's still people that can learn from what I say, and vice versa. So yeah, just trying to elevate my mind. And then it's like if I were to win $1 million today, the first thing I'm doing is giving back to certain people in my close circle, less fortunate, Of course I'm gonna have fun, of course I'm gonna invest, but I'm gonna give back. So it's the same thing with the knowledge and information that I receive. I'm thinking to myself, why keep all this to myself? Because when I was younger, there was people trying to teach me certain things, and I wasn't ready. There was certain things going on mentally that was blocking that information from being received. And I went through life, went through ups and downs, a lot of things that humbled me, and a lot of things that I went through to open my mind up and start being more curious. And then I look back at the things that some of the OGs were trying to tell me, and it's like, wow, they were right. Most of what they say was right, because not everyone's right, not everyone knows it all. But I mean, so with a lot of money, I would love to give back. With a lot of food, if I had all the food in the world, I'd give back to all the homeless. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about giving back and paying it forward. So with information, with knowledge, with wisdom that could be beneficial and useful for a young person's life or anyone's life. Again, I'm not better than nobody, but I'm gonna share my opinions. I'm gonna share my perspective and whatever. Some people will not give a fuck. Some people will respect it. It is what it is. Some people won't even care to respect it or not give a fuck. They just don't care, and that it is what it is. I don't overthink that. I just come up with these ideas that I want, what I want to talk about, put it on camera, put it out. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. So problem, reaction, solution. They do this with little minor things, major things. Just be careful, be more aware, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. And we don't just got two eyes. So when I say keep your eyes open, I'm not just talking about your two physical eyes. I'm talking about the one in the center of your head. You know what I mean? That third eye, you got to keep that shit open. Because a lot of people, like I said, like myself when I was younger, a lot of people in this world, man, it's blocked. They can see blessings in front of them. They don't even see it. They could be given knowledge and wisdom like I was when I was younger, and like you don't even hear it because, like I said, it's blocked off. You're not ready. And there's a lot of things that go on, and there's certain people that could really just see through it. They could see through it. They could see through the bullshit, and they don't just fall for the shit right away. You know what I mean? It's not you're not gonna just easily fool me and a lot of other people out there. But when you're talking about the average person, or when you're talking about majority of people, the system, the global elites, the people in high positions of power, whatever you want to call them, they've done a good job at, obviously, obtaining wealth, preserving wealth, growing wealth, but also stealing, killing, lying, deceiving, poisoning. The list goes on and on. It's like a give and take for them. They take, and what they give us is bullshit, poison. You know what I mean? But again, this channel and this video and it's not about complaining. It's not about blaming others. It's not about making excuses and feeling sorry for ourselves and just not doing shit with our lives. We got to take action. We got to go out there and do what we got to do to elevate our lives and our families' lives. And we can't get too caught up in what's going on in the world and how chaotic and crazy and just evil it really is. You know what I mean? We got to focus on self, because if you don't focus on self and you focus on all the other shit too much, it can drive you crazy. It can drive you crazy, and it can make you depressed. And like I always tell people, it's self-inflicted. You're doing it to yourself. So we gotta get out of our own minds, and we gotta focus. And it's good to be aware. Like my Uncle Johnny used to tell me back in the day, and we don't even talk anymore, to be honest, for different reasons. And maybe I'm to blame for that a little bit, but that's the thing with me. Even though I don't talk to certain people anymore, girls or family or friends, I could still respect them. I could still have love for them. I could still, remember things that we did together that were memorable. I could still, think of the conversations we used to have, or the information that I received, or the knowledge, and give them their credit. So with my Uncle Johnny, he used to tell me a lot of different things that are still stuck in my head. But one of the things he told me was, be in the world, but don't be a part of it. Live in this world, but don't be a part of it. And when he first told me that, of course, when I was younger, it didn't really stick. But as I got older, when I brought it up to him, and he broke it down a bit more, it just made all the sense. It made all the sense in the world to me. Live in the world, but don't be a part of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because there's a lot of things going on in life. You know, you have to adapt. You have to adjust. You can't just give up. You can't just go off the grid and, you know, exclude yourself from everyone and everything. You have to adapt. You have to adjust. You have to make changes as the world, as she makes changes, you know, as this earth makes changes, as the technology, as society, as social, everything changes, right? So we have to change and adjust with that. And you know, a lot of people partake in the bullshit, in the clown shows that we see every day now and hear about, and you know, it's crazy because monkey see, monkey do. You know, what are the young kids gonna do after seeing all of this shit over and over and over again? You know, things are gonna seep into their head. You know, so we have to do better. You know, we can't partake in the bullshit, and we have to focus on what's important, and we have to focus on morals and dignity and honor and integrity and respect. You know, so again, it's not about complaining or making excuses or blaming whoever has all the wealth in the world and all the influence and all the power and all the crazy shit that they're doing to manipulate people's thoughts and emotions. You know, be aware, but, you know, don't let it get to you. You know, don't let it get to you. Love yourself, you know, have self-confidence, self-awareness, you know, and all that. And, you know, obviously there's certain people that you're not going to be able to share what you now know with. There's going to be disagreements, there's going to be debates, there's going to be arguments, there's going to be fights. It may turn into something that you don't want it to turn into, just because you guys have a difference in opinion, different, you know, beliefs, different ideology, different perspective. And, you know, you freed your mind, and your cousin, your girl, your mom, your dad is still stuck in that place that you were in years ago. You know, they're still in the matrix, so to speak. And you finally escaped the matrix, and now it's like you notice that like the chemistry and the connection and the bond and the relationship between you and whoever isn't the same. Because they're still, you know, again in the matrix, and you have left the matrix. And no one's perfect. Just because you gain a certain amount of knowledge or wisdom or information doesn't make you better than the next person. Doesn't make you better than anybody. You know, we're all here to love each other and help each other and learn from each other. So it's not about competition or impressing people or thinking you're better or superior. That's low vibrational. That's emotional. That's how I used to be when I was younger, and I'm trying to break that. So again, it's like, you know, that's something you guys have to keep in mind, that when you guys start to, you know, reach a certain amount of intellect and information and knowledge, and you really see things for what it is in this world, and it starts with you. You have to start, you know, you have to see yourself for who you are and hold yourself accountable and be responsible for your actions and mistakes, and, you know, just be self-aware and embrace, and also be aware to make those changes when it comes to your insecurities and your weaknesses and your flaws. You know, it starts with yourself first, and then you can really see others in this world for what it really is. And obviously we're not going to know everything. You know, knowledge is infinite, so we'll never know everything, but we can know a lot. And like I said, with that information, we can pass it on to other people. And, you know, there's a lot of misinformation being spread. A lot of misinformation being spread on many different topics, many different subjects, and it's sad, you know. But just to finish what I was saying earlier, you know, it could be your girl, it could be your cousin, it could be your mom, it could be your dad. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of you out there have had those arguments with people on certain topics that I'm not gonna, you know, name in this video. You know, whether it's vaccines, you know, whether you're pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine, I didn't want to say it, but whatever. Whether you're, you know, anti this, pro that, you know what I mean? You're anti this, and your mom is pro that, and, you know, your cousin is pro this, but you're anti this, and then, you know what I mean? All these different things, man. There's so many things in this world that cause division. You know, divide and conquer. That's another tactic. I already spoke about that, and it's just crazy, you know. So just be ready for that. Be ready to lose friends. Be ready to maybe, yeah, you still keep in touch with your family member, but be ready for the connection and the chemistry and how you guys flow in conversation and how you guys flow just when with each other, it's going to change. You're going to feel the energy just shift, because now where you're at mentally and spiritually and vibrationally, you're at a different level. You know what I mean? You're up here now. You're climbing up, and these guys are still here. And not many people will free their mind. Not many people will tap into that full potential and be aware of what they can do on this earth. You know what I mean? And because that's what it is. It's yourself first. It's really knowing your capabilities, your potential, your power from within. And it's also being aware and knowing what's going on, in this world that we live in. And don't get caught up in the bullshit, because it can kill you and it can destroy you. Maybe not physically kill you, but it could kill you mentally, spiritually, emotionally. So just keep your heads up. And like I mentioned in my last video, don't be scared to cut people off. Cutting people off is necessary. So if you guys have a difference in, strong beliefs, difference in, not just, like you guys have major differences in opinions and beliefs, and you guys just don't, you guys don't talk the same, you guys don't chill the same, everything is different. You can't, hang on to that. You can't force it, you can't pretend, you can't, fake it. Just keep it real, keep it pushing. I'm different to most people. I'll just cut you off like that. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously like many reasons why you would want to cut someone off. I don't think, having a difference in opinion is a valid reason for you to cut your girl off or your family member or your friend. But there's just certain things where, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not one or two things. It's like we have a difference in opinion on mostly everything, or, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I learned a few things over the years that you just don't understand yet. You know what I mean? You're still stuck in that matrix, maybe. You know what I mean? I don't want to repeat myself over and over, but, I've met so many people that told me, like, yeah, I used to be best friends with this person for 5 years, 15 years. Yeah, I was dating this girl for, 6 years, and then all of a sudden I want to be a vegan, plant-based, and she, me and her just, broke up because it's like the dynamic and the energy wasn't the same. All she wants to do is order pizza and cook all kinds of chicken and meat, but I want to be vegan. Or, you know what I mean? Like, one mom is anti-vaccine and then the dad is pro-vaccine. It's like these things could really, even though it is just an opinion and belief and ideology and perspective and how we feel on the matter, but these things could break up people. These things could make people split. You know what I mean? And really understanding what the powers that, that you have from within, and the powers, the people that have all the power in this world, and they come together and they do shit, that we'll never know exactly what they do. But come on, there's a lot of shit going on that, if you were really awake, if you really knew yourself, you would see, everything for what it is. So I'm not gonna go on any further. Just random shit. These videos are just random. I'll be in the park, biking, or jogging or whatever, and I'll just say, you know what, let me make a video. Just raw and uncut. Sometimes they are uncut. They are little edits I make to clean things up. But for the most part, I just freestyle with it. I just go off the head. You know what I mean? Like, I got this idea, like, that I just got from being with nature. Let me take out my phone, record it, because let me tell you, like, when you get to this level, it's lonely. I spoke about this before. It's very lonely. I do have a small circle of people that I love and trust, and I'm very happy and thankful to have them in my life. But it's definitely a lot less than when I was in high school or elementary. Well, elementary, that's kid shit, but I mean like high school or even, outside of high school. It's a lot less people in that circle. A lot less people. So, I come to YouTube and I share my thoughts and my opinions with people. And I know for a fact a lot of people will not give a fuck about what I have to say. But I also know for a fact that there will be people out there that understand and relate to what I'm saying in these videos. And they can relate to, yeah, like, this guy's honest. He's just, he's speaking about his insecurities and his weaknesses and his past mistakes, and, he's being self-aware, he's being honest, and he's just trying to use that to, uplift other people. So people will relate to that because we're human. I'm not better than nobody. I go through my ups and downs, and so do you. So what I'm saying is not special, it's not unique. You know, we all have our ups and downs and our trials and tribulations, but I mean, not everybody has the balls and has the confidence to just go out there and say what they have to say. You know, I don't care what others have to say, so I don't mind talking about my flaws and talking about my insecurities and talking about my imperfections, uh, and talking about how emotional I used to be when I was a kid, and I'm just trying to figure this out and making these videos to uplift you guys. Like, I don't care what people say, I just do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? A lot of people are too caught up with what other people have to say about them. You know, we have to come together. You know, we could heal each other and help each other by coming together and being there for one another. You know, listening to one another, loving one another, and on a bigger level, coming together and putting our resources together. You know what I mean? Our information, our resources, and building things from the ground up, and not having to depend on, you know, the people out there that are just causing chaos, you know. But everything starts from within. And over the years, I've been trying to detox and just elevate my mind and elevate who I am on a next level. And I'll never be perfect. You know, perfect, you know, is nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's all about progression. So with that being said, hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.